Great, yeah, it's just another one just quickly about Neighbours returning. I am so happy it's returning. Obviously, it's wonderful news. I'm thrilled, as I'm sure most of you are who's a fan. I do think it's a little bit bittersweet because I've had a comment about it already. The ending was so good. You know, they did all they could and they put their whole heart and everything else that's to do with, you know, putting everything into it for that last week of episodes, the last 2 weeks even, and the way they wrapped everything up. You know, it was moving, and I will tell you this, I have not actually watched that final episode since it aired because I find it really painful to watch. It was really, 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 really good, but I struggle to rewatch it because it hurts. But I will watch it again because obviously it's coming back now, so it feels like the pain of losing Neighbours is gone. But yeah, I mean, we've not heard anything more about casting apart from the main ones that we saw. It's a tough one because I really do want Neighbours back and I'm excited that it is coming back, but it must be a headache because they now suddenly have to pick something back up that they've, you know, rested. What if Freevee decide in 3 years that they don't want to run it anymore and Neighbours gets to that point where it's just got to end again? I really don't think they would put into it the effort that they did this time. I think the show would just have to naturally run out, which would be a shame. I hope this is a long-term commitment. I gotta be honest, I'm not sure if even half the cast are going to go back. I mean, I've not seen anything from any other cast members on their Instagrams or anything suggesting that they're going back. I've not really seen a lot of content about Neighbours from any of the cast that I follow. So I don't know. I mean, it's probably because there's still a lot up in the air. They've got to rewrite stories. They've got to decide how they're going to pick things back up. It's probably a private thing to be having contract talks with cast members and crew going forward, whether people want to sign up for a long term or if they want to sign up at all. So I don't know what it's going to look like. I can understand why it's not going to be till at least September before it airs, because the amount of writing that they're going to have to do, I just can't even imagine it. I mean, can you? It's great news for us, but I don't think we realise how hard this must be behind the scenes. When I went to Alan Fletcher's tour in September, he talked like it was, that's it, it's gone, and everybody was sad, but you get to a point where you just have to kind of accept something, and it seemed to me that he'd accepted that Neighbours was ending for good, permanently. I didn't get any impression in meeting him or throughout the show that there was any hope of Neighbours being resurrected, and yet here we are. 3 months later, he himself announces that it's coming back. So I find that a little bit kind of, what the heck? It's great news as it is, and I would be so happy to see Carl and Susan and all that, but I really hope that it can be as good as it was, as authentic as it was. I hope it's not going to look and feel like a bunch of actors have gone back to a role that they'd left behind them. I don't know if it can ever be the same. I don't want to be a downer. I hope that it really, really will. I think it'll take time. I think there probably will be a lot of new cast members. I'm going to go with the guess that less than half are going to come back. I hope I'm wrong. What do you think?